Standard 6 English medium maths. Today we are going to start a chapter in geometry, which is the basic geometrical ideas. It means from this chapter you are going to learn a new branch of mathematics named geometry. So now what is actually geometry? What is the history of geometry? First we have to learn about it. This word geometry, it is an English word which is the similar word of the Greek language, and in that Greek language the word is geometron, and that geometron word is made from two words, geo plus metron, and they are combined to make geometron. In the Greek language, the meaning of geo is earth, and the meaning of metron is measurement. It means that it is associated with the measurements and so on. So now, as the word says that geometron, geo and metron, so it is from the ancient time they are using this geometry. According to historians, the geometrical ideas shaped up in ancient times. As I told you, the geometric idea of geometry was shaped up in ancient times, probably due to the need in art, architecture and measurement. Because if you want to do something in architecture, you need perfect measurement, shapes, size, etc. And therefore they started some measurement like that, and then slowly they developed the idea of geometry. These include occasions when the boundaries of cultivated lands had to be marked without giving room for complaints. For example, here it says that boundaries of cultivated lands. Suppose there is the land, big piece of land, which is owned by different people, but they don't have exactly marked. Okay, in the beginning maybe they have marked their boundary, that by from this to this it is my boundary, the other one, that piece is the other people, this side piece is for other people, etc., etc., etc. But now, sometimes what happens, due to the flood in the rivers, etc., the boundaries that is marked without any measurement is getting washed up. And then again, the land is plain without any boundaries. So now, in that time, maybe there is some disputes between the people for the measurement of the land, and then they think that we must have some special things so that every time when there is a flood or something, they don't have to fight for their boundaries. And then maybe they started the measurement, perfect measurement, and etc. Also, construction of magnificent palaces. You know that in the ancient time, when the kings and they were there, that time they have made big palaces, lakes, temples, dams and cities. You can see some of the pictures of the ancient times is also shown here. Now in this also you can see that there is a very nice architecture is shown there. So construction of magnificent palaces, temples, lakes, dams and cities are an architecture propped up these ideas. So if you talk about the ancient times, That time also there were big palaces, nice cities were there, nice buildings were, temples, lakes, etc. were there. So in this, for the art and architecture, they developed the idea of the geometry. It means that from the ancient time, this idea of geometry is coming out due to some architecture and art and culture and so on. And those are the palaces and that are the examples of that those time also the idea of geometry started and they developed very nicely. Even today also we can see the architecture and everything, like even today geometrical ideas are reflected in all forms of art, measurement, architecture, engineering, cloth designing, etc. So today also in so many so many aspects of life we can see that there is the idea of geometry is there, because when we make some buildings we have to draw the plan first according to this measurement. What is that? It is the part of geometry, right? Then they build the roads, build the dams, etc., etc. In that also they have to use the idea of geometry. Similarly, in the designing of the clothes, you can see there is perfect designing at the different perfect measurement, and that also need the idea of geometry in the architecture, engineering, etc. Every day from the morning till night, how many things you are using, like books, boxes, when you go to school, your school bag and the books inside, your compass box, in the compass box the scale and the other equipments, your lunch box, your clothes that you are wearing, in that there is some designs like that. Also when you play the ball is also of the special size, special shape also. So every day from morning till night we are using different type of things which have different shapes, and that is also because of the spatial measurement and the idea of the geometry. The ruler, why we use ruler? We use this ruler for measurement also and to draw the straight lines, so that when you hold it like that and then you draw, the line will be straight. So this idea of the geometry is in the everywhere today also. The picture of a bangle, the 1 rupee coin or a ball appear round. These round things, triangles, we saw different type of shapes around us. So now here in this chapter we will learn some interesting facts such that it will help you to understand more about the different shapes that we see around us. So there will be some different interesting ideas that you will learn today in this chapter. So first of them will be the point. What is actually point? If you think point is invisible, it is in the space. Can you see this point here? Can you see that point here? Can you see the point here? No. We actually can't see the point because it is the invisible, almost tiny thing. Now, if you take a very sharpened pencil and with that pencil you put a dot here, it represents the picture or the model of the point. This is not a point actually. It is the picture of a point. To understand it visibly, we just put a dot to represent a point. Now, that point should be very sharpened. It means that if you sharpen the pencil very nicely, then the tip will be very, very small. If it is smaller and smaller, you will get a very tiny dot, almost invisible. And that represents the picture of a point. You see here, with a sharp tip of pencil, mark a dot on paper like this. If the tip is very sharp, the dot will be very thin or very tiny. Almost you can't even see sometimes. You have to see nicely, then maybe you will notice that yes, there is a point there. So it is almost tiny or invisible dot that represent a point. So this almost invisible tiny dot gives an idea of a point. A point determines the location, exact location of something, some object or some places. So a point determines location. The tip of a compass, the sharpened end of a pencil, the pointed end of a needle, etc. are some models of a point. Means they represent the model of that point. It means that, as I told you in the beginning also when we started about the point is almost invisible. You can't see the point, but the model means to understand it, we can take some ideas of different things, like the tip of your compass or your rounder. When you see that rounder, almost that tip is very, 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 very tiny. It can pierce in your finger also if you play with it, and it can make hole. So that very tiny tip of that rounder. Then a tip of a needle that used for the sewing. And that also you will see that if you put with that a hole in a paper, you won't even notice it, because it's very, 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 very tiny dot. It is like that. So it represents the model. Similarly, what is the other thing? The tip of a compass, the sharp pinned end of a pencil, the pointed end of needle, etc. are some models of point. You can give new examples also around you. Maybe like the nail, point of the nail, very sharpened. Similarly, some knives are also that at the end there is a very sharp point, etc., etc., etc. You can imagine yourself and you can give more ideas of the model which represent the point. So here to say that point is the very, 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 very tiny, almost invisible. Now, how we denote the points? Because if we put different points on a piece of paper, for example, I put here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 points. Now, how will I know that which point is which? Similarly, when we are sitting too many students here, how will we recognize you? Because everybody have a name. X, Y, Z, whatever is there, students. They have name. And so, the name is connected with them. So we know that this is Falana, Digna, etc. So now, if we put the point, different points on a piece of paper or anywhere, then how can we distinguish the points? That this is that point, this is that point. So same as we give the names to the boys and girls, etc. Here also we denote them by the English capital letter. The points are denoted by a single capital letters like A, B, C, etc. So that we can distinguish them, and if we want to use them, because in the future after point you will learn about different shapes like line segments, lines, rays, angles, and so many things. Then triangles, quadrilaterals. There is lots of things to learn now. This is the only base here. We started from the beginning. That is the point. And point can create so many things that we will learn in the next other lectures. So here, as I told you, the points are denoted by a single capital letter. It's like A, B, C. Look here, I put here point, I put dot and then write down A. How you read it? It is point A. Here I put a dot and write down B. It means it is point B. Here I put a dot and write down C. You can read point C. Here also you can put like that other one. Write down D, point D. Here I can write down point, put X. It means it is point X. So you can use different letters, capital letters. Remember, whenever you use points, when you denote them, then we have to use only capital letters. So that is the thing. So you never use small letter, that you have to remember. Only the capital letters. Means point, then A, point, then B, point, then C, D, P, R, X, Z, etc. But never write down point small a. That is not acceptable. So must remember that the point are denoted only by a single letter, not point A, B also, not point X, Y also. Only a single letter, and that is also in the capital letter. That you have to remember. Now, the other thing to keep in the mind also, that when you denote the points, when you put the points, then it must be very, very tiny. Not like that. Not like this. We have to be very sharpened like that. Only just put it and that's it. Don't like to make it like bigger. Because point must be a very, very almost invisible tiny object. And that is the fact about the point. So remember that the dots have to be invisibly thin. So I hope you get idea of a point and you can find out more points representing models. Some are given here, the tip of a compass, the sharpened end of the pencil, the pointed end of needle, etc. are given here. But you can, when you observe in your houses or somewhere around you, you can find different objects like that which have a sharpened end. And you can make a list about it also. Now, here we are going to end our video here. In the next video, we will learn more shapes like line segments and lines and so on. So, after this, you will get a PDF file in your AB School app, and then you have to note it down in your notebooks. And if any problem here for understanding, write down in the comment section. Thank you very much.